Hi, this is Cameron Murray, and this is my ideal learning space design. So I'm just going to go over, first of all, the different blended learning areas. So up front here, I have collaborative learning and whole class area. So I figured that it could be used for either students to collaborate on some work, and that's why I have two separate sections. And again, those are two tables here. If we look, there two sets of two tables that could be, of course, separated and then create smaller groups. Um, so that's the collaborative part. And then I figured that you could also use this as a whole class area. So the chairs are free moving and students could potentially turn all the chairs to face one direction if for some reason I would have to address them, the entire class, or maybe for some reason I need to do a whole class instruction of something. So I thought that could be a good opportunity to have the flexibility of switching between collaborative learning or a whole class area. Back here we have the independent learning area. These gray lines here are actually like cubicle walls, which I actually do have in my classroom, but I went to move them. I haven't really been using them the way I want to. But I did put them in front of the desks with student computers at these desks. And this would allow for students to have maybe a whiteboard or something so they could jot notes down or maybe complete some different grammar exercises, etc., before they actually go through with an assignment or as they work through their independent learning area activities. All of my students do have laptops currently, so the computers there aren't necessarily accurate, and students could potentially be using computers in any area, but I thought that it was important to say that these are computer desk designated areas for independent learning. The next one is right here, teacher-led small groups. So this is my teacher desk, and I have that connected to a student table with 5 chairs around it for some small group instruction. I also have it near another table that is what I'm calling the one-on-one area. It's another student table but with 1 chair, and it's a little more secluded so that I can have a one-on-one instructional period with a student if necessary, allowing for some more flexible instruction. Another suggestion that was in one of the articles was to put shelves around the teacher desk area. I currently do have some storage, but it would be nice to have some more. So I included some shelves around my teacher area, which this area would be probably where I'd spend my time grading, etc., as I work on things. But also where I obviously have 2 desks located for the one-on-one and teacher-led small group. Otherwise, I can be rotating around and working with students on other things as necessary, but for the most part, being that this is a small group area, that's probably where I'll be. Finally, up here in the corner, I didn't label this because it wasn't necessarily part of my blended, but I was thinking that it would be nice if I had a kind of like a library for students who are either ahead or want to do some enrichment activities where they could read, and I could also possibly hold some sort of group meetings there, things like that, to again make the entire instructional period more flexible and have students kind of working on what they need to or want to work on. That the physical space that I've created here is relatively modular. It allows for a lot of flexibility, I think. There, of course, would still be some areas where it's made for specific tasks, but I think overall it's pretty modular, and students can kind of work on what they need to and progress at their own pace, depending upon what the assignments are and how I set that up. But as far as the physical space goes, I think it's very customizable. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to the responses and questions that I get.